Okay, so welcome all of you to this first live session of the course Computer Graphics, NPTEL MOOCs course on computer graphics. I am Samit Bhattacharya, I'm the instructor for this course. And in this live session, what we are going to do is basically going to discuss issues. If you have any issues, if you have any queries, any doubts related to the lecture, component or related to the materials covered, topics covered. Please note that in this live session, we are going to restrict ourselves to discussion of your queries or doubts, if you have any. I am not going to take any additional lecture here, or I am not going to cover any additional material here. So please don't wait for me to deliver a lecture. I request all of you, whoever is present in this live session, to please come forward and raise your queries, raise your doubts, if you have any related to whatever we have covered so far. You may also like to note that there will be one more live session soon. And in this live session, so what we can do is basically whatever you have covered in the lecture, you can raise queries or doubts related to those, which we will take up for discussion. In the next and last live session, the remaining portion of the topics, whichever will be covered till that point of time, will be taken up for discussion. So please come forward, raise your queries, raise your issues, so that we can take up the discussion and clear your doubts. So you can raise your queries or doubts in either of the two ways. Either you can put into the chat box or you can directly talk to me. Either way is fine. Okay, I got one query from Krishna. Sir, how to join this class? You have already joined the class, Krishna. So if you have anything to ask, please write it down. Am I not audible? Hello, can anybody tell me if I am audible? Can you confirm if I am audible? Hello, is there anyone from NPTEL team? Can you confirm if I am audible? Someone pointed out that I am not audible, so please check. Yeah, now I think it's okay. I am audible. So fine. Okay, great to know that I am audible. So I repeat again, please put in your queries either in the chat box or you can directly talk to me. Either way is fine. So please come forward, clear your doubts if you have any. Thank you all for confirming that I am audible. No, Krishna, I do not get you. You want to join the class from Swayam portal. Have you registered for this course? Okay, then I think you are already part of the class. So why you want to separately join? And I mean, you should have access to all the material. So in case you are unable to access the material or assignments or anything, or having trouble accessing those, please contact the NPTEL team for technical support. They will be able to help. No, there is no attendance. It's up to you whether you want to attend, if you have any query, if you want to get those clarified. So these live interactive sessions are meant for discussions. There is not going to be any attendance or any live lecture. So if you have any queries, please feel free to come forward and raise those. We'll discuss and I'll try to get your queries answered, your doubts clarified. So it is just a part of the overall learning experience. Sandeep Joshi asked, applications of splines outside of graphics. Well, first of all, I would like to restrict all discussion related to the topics covered in the class, including the scope. Topics covered in the course, including the scope of the topics. So I would like to restrict everything to graphics. And I mean, also it is not very clear to me why you would like to know about the applications of splines outside of graphics. Spline is anyway not invented for graphics. It was meant for shipbuilding works. And from there, the concepts were borrowed in mathematics and eventually used in graphics. It's a concept in mathematics to represent curves. And this concept came from the physical phenomenon of ship design. And currently, it has its use in graphics. Okay, Krishna has another question. Where are the assignments that we have to complete before the examination? Yeah, assignments are posted regularly. I think you may not have access to, I don't know why you don't have access to those assignments or anything, or the materials. So please contact NPTEL team as soon as possible. How do we master OpenGL? Okay, that is a very interesting question. Now, certainly mastering now OpenGL is just a library. So it is not a programming language. Now, when you say you want to master OpenGL, that means you want to get familiar with the functions that are present in the library. The best way to do it is to write programs using those library functions. So, and the OpenGL library functions are, as the name suggests, it's OpenGL, so it's available as an open source, and you should have access to it. A simple Google search will reveal the resources, and towards the end of this course, there will be dedicated lectures on how to write programs using OpenGL. So, and also where to find the resources. So wait till the end of this this course, where OpenGL will be explained in greater details with examples and resources. I hope that will be helpful. But I repeat again, OpenGL is not a programming language. It is a library which is used in conjunction with one programming language. It can be any programming language, say for example, C or C++ or other languages. And to master it, of course, you have to write more and more programs using the library functions. Okay, Mitali Chavan. AI take the job of computer graphics, then why we learn computer graphics? That is a very interesting question. I like the question. Right, so AI is taking the job of many things. So why to learn anything at all? Eventually that question will come. No, actually it's more, the answer lies in a more deeper level, so to speak. So when you say AI is nothing but another application of the theories and knowledges that we have accumulated over the years while working in computer science. Now, of course, AI is not, although the name includes intelligence, it is not something that is doing things on its own. Somebody has to build those systems, somebody has to write those programs. As of now, those are still human beings who are doing these things. Now, if you know the theory behind anything, then of course, you will not be able to develop better things. So AI of today and AI 10 years ago, certainly AI of today is better than what used to be the AI 10 years ago. And this betterment came with the knowledge. Now, this knowledge certainly needs to be learned, needs to be acquired, and accordingly, better things you can develop. So who knows, in future, better computer graphics can be developed by those who has basic understanding of computer graphics. And of course, the better knowledge comes only with, if you have a foundation of it. Now, you cannot start doing better computer graphics without knowing computer graphics, any basics of computer graphics. That is true for any topic, not necessarily computer graphics. So if you don't know what is a language model, you cannot develop a better language like this nowadays are being done in generative AI with large language models. Unless you know what is a language model, how can you develop a better or a large language model? Then, of course, whether you want to abandon learning language model, certainly not. Basic things are always required, and computer graphics is one of such basic things which will have its value. Of course, you will learn the basic things, but it's not necessary that you have to develop everything from scratch. Certainly, AI tools can help you in that respect, but unless you know the basic, you cannot develop better things. I hope I could answer your query. Mithali? Mithali? Interesting question. So that's good. So I request others who are watching to come forward and post their queries. Don't worry about the nature of the query. Just if you are confused about certain topics, feel free and post your queries. It may be simple, it may be complex, does not matter. Okay, another question. Exam of SWAM and PTEL hard or easy? How can we get maximum score? Of course, again, it's very difficult to answer. I mean, there is no magic wand which will give you maximum score. You have to work hard, have your basics clear. And if your basics are clear and you have learned the concepts well, certainly nobody can stop you from scoring high or maximum score. There is no shortcut, no easy way to do it. So you have to put in effort. And one thing I can say is that all questions will be objective type. There will be no descriptive questions. And if your basics are right, if you have mastered the concepts well, then it will be very easy to score well. Questions are mostly conceptual, so your concepts should be good. And of course, there are easier questions, there are tough questions, like any exam. So to score high, you need to have very clear basics. Karan asked, in many games, we see that surfaces are made hard as if they have a property of being solid. Is this property also implemented by giving the voxel some particular property? Yes. So that is a very good thing. Yes. So it is possible to specify material properties like these are particularly important in the context of animation, where how do you, I mean, when you say the surface is hard, that means something has collided with the surface and then only this property become perceivable. Then only somebody perceives that it is hard. Now these collisions and other things are generally part of an allied area of graphics that is called computer animation, where how do we implement collisions, how do we specify surface properties, all these things are discussed in details. Now the graphics course that we have here, of course, have not discussed those things in details, but certainly, as you correctly pointed out, while if you are defining some objects in the form of voxels or pixels, some property you can mention, which will help in making it look like hard surface. But of course, only specifying a property will not make it look like hard surface. Along with that, certain other things are required, which of course are out of scope for this particular course. But these are generally treated in animations. When I say animation, of course, it is computer-generated animation. Okay, it's good that you are coming up with interesting questions. Please keep it up. Any more doubts if you have, feel free to come forward and discuss. Don't worry about the question itself. It may be simple, complex, anything. Just post it here so that we can discuss. Anything related to the topics covered, the lectures, the assignments, exam, anything. What are the points to be followed for creating infographics from a web source? Okay, but these, unfortunately, these are not kind of questions that are part of this live session. So I am sorry, I have to decline answer to this question. There are tools available for doing this, but those have nothing to do with computer graphics. I would like to emphasize again, restrict your questions to the topics covered under computer graphics course. Certificates are important for interview or in placement or not. Mithali, so certificates are certainly will add value to your CV, but whether it will be important for interview or placement, that depends on the kind of company you are interviewing with. So, but it is supposed to add value to your overall CV. Okay, so I don't know whether those who are watching still have any other queries. I do not see anything here. I would like to request again, please come forward, put in your queries so that we can discuss. We have only around 20 minutes left. 25 minutes left. Please come forward and raise your queries if you have any. Okay, I think again, this audio issue. Now can you hear me, Aparna? Am I audible? Okay. Yes, so what I was telling is that if you have any more queries, please come forward. Raise those. We don't have much time left. And I do not see any more queries here in the chat box. You can also directly talk to me. I think that link is provided to you. The Teams link. please use either of the channels to reach out to me, discuss your queries. If you have any doubts, queries, questions related to topics that have been covered so far, or the overall course, assignments, examination, anything, feel free to discuss. Okay, so I don't see any more comments, so maybe we'll wait for a couple of more minutes. If by that time, maybe another 5 minutes we'll wait. If by that time no further comments come, then I assume that there is nothing more to discuss. And in that case, maybe we can close this session. Of course, there will be one more session where you will get your chances to clear doubts. If you get more doubts, the next session you can always come forward and clear those doubts. So let us wait for a few more minutes. And if no further comments come by that time, then we will conclude this session. Okay, so two more queries have come. Any guidance on FLTK will be provided. So we'll provide guidance on OpenGL in the latter part of the course towards the end. No separate guidance on FLTK will be provided. On OpenGL, we will have dedicated lectures on what it is and how to write programs using OpenGL. Aparna, how to watch class in days. So every week recorded videos are released. Now you can watch those any time of the day as per your convenience. So it is not a synchronous live class. Only there will be live interactive sessions, but that is like today we have one and there will be one more. Beyond that, whatever lectures are there, those are all recorded videos and you can watch those as per your convenience. I hope I could answer your question, Aparna, if I have understood it correctly. Okay, Karan asked a very interesting question. Please recommend what all math knowledge will be helpful for future studies in computer graphics. I am very interested in how. Okay, so now matrix algebra that we have been using in the course, that is the foundation of mathematics in graphics, the mathematical foundation in graphics. Along with that, there are some advanced models, particularly lighting models, illumination models, which uses some sort of calculus, which is kind of a little bit advanced, may not be relevant at this stage. But certainly if you have background in high school mathematics, including calculus, vectors, matrices, and that those should be good enough for understanding any topics in graphics, whether advanced or basic. Yes, so that is good, Karan. Karan, that is good. So you are familiar, but I mean, that is very interesting, not familiar as I should be. Of course, you can again recap the knowledge and refresh your knowledge. And I mean, the graphics, the mathematics in graphics is not very complex. Only the way those mathematics are applied, that is something different, but the basic mathematics remain the same. So if you are familiar and you are ready to refresh your knowledge, then there should not be any problem in following the advanced graphics topics. Just for your information, if you are I mean, comfortable with vectors, matrices, linear algebra, vector algebra, or matrix algebra, these are some of the topics which these are basically mathematical foundations for many interesting disciplines in computer science, including computer graphics, computer vision, image processing, even deep learning, machine learning. So try to be familiar with these topics. Those will be helpful in many understanding many interesting and allied disciplines. Okay. Another very broad question, whether this course is useful for future. Certainly all the courses that are part of NPTEL are useful. It depends on where you want to use them. And I mean, if you are interested in following a career in computer graphics, whether in academy or industry or allied disciplines, then certainly this course will be useful. But now, if you want to pursue a career which is entirely different from computer science or computer graphics, then it may not be useful. It's like as simple as that. So I would say that all the courses that are part of NPTEL, and if you are doing any other course in NPTEL, all are useful. And it may come handy in your future career. How to get credit? Can you elaborate a bit more on what do you mean how to get credit? So if you have registered for exam, then at the end NPTEL will issue you a certificate, and that needs to be converted to the credit structure followed in your college. So in this regard, if you are really interested to know how to convert it to the credit structure followed in your college, then probably you need to talk to your college administration. But if you have registered for exam, then if you clear the exam, then NPTEL will give you a certificate mentioning the same, and that typically gets mapped to some credits in a particular year, followed in different colleges. Date to pay fees. All these dates are probably mentioned in the preview page. I request you to go through the preview page, or in case you are unable to find it, please talk to the NPTEL team. They will be able to address these concerns to your satisfaction. So please be in touch with the NPTEL support team. I think exam registration ends by 16th of August. Now, if you want some extension as per the dates mentioned on the preview page, so be in touch with the NPTEL team. They will be able to. So by 16th of August, probably you have to enroll for exam. And whether there will be any extension or not, you can talk to the NPTEL team. So for everyone's convenience, I would just like to reiterate that if you are interested in enrolling for exam, then 16th August is the last date. And you may like to contact NPTEL team if you want any extension of that date or anything. They will be able to help you. Okay, I think only a couple of more minutes are left in this live session. So I really enjoyed interacting with you, and I have come across several interesting questions. Feel free to post your queries if you have further queries. We have only a couple of minutes more left in this interactive session. And again, I would like to reiterate that there will be one more live session where you can again join me and discuss your issues. So try to utilize the remaining couple of minutes and come forward with your further queries if you have any. Okay, so I think our time is up. So thank you very much for joining me. And I have very interesting discussion with your queries. I hope that I will have similar interesting queries in the next live session. And feel free to mail me if you have further queries and which you could not take up in today's live interaction session. So hope you are enjoying the learning and happy learning. All the best. Thank you and bye. Goodbye. So NPTEL team, can you please stop the live session?